Hello friends, welcome to our channel Solution with Harmonium Learners for 2K19. In today's session, here we are going to cover on the topic that is effect of resistance and coefficient of resistance in the formula used to calculate it. It is the most basic concept of the electrical engineering that is necessary for all the engineering first year engineering students. So what two key points that we are today cover is the effect of the rise in temperature on resistance of metals, alloys, electrolytes and insulators. And second key point that we are going to cover is what is the temperature coefficient of resistance and the formula that is used to calculate it. And we will explain the derivation of it also. Some of the basic key points that we are going to explain is first of all, the first one is the effect of the rise in temperature on metals. When the temperature is increased, then the resistance of the pure metals increases. It is the basic key point. And first key point that is related to effect of rising temperature on metals is that the increase in the resistance is very large and it increases regularly for a normal temperature. Suppose consider from the 0 to 30 degrees Celsius, it increases normally. And hence the temperature as the resistance is increasing regularly, friends. So the resistance temperature graph that we obtain is a straight line, and as the resistance is increasing, as the resistance increases on increasing the temperature, so RT is greater than R naught. Suppose here we are having the two resistance. Suppose at a temperature T, resistance resistance is RT, and temperature of 0 degree Celsius, resistance is R naught. So definitely resistance at temperature T will be greater than R naught. Hence the coefficient of resistance is positive for all metals, because formula for calculating the coefficient of resistance is alpha is equals to RT minus R naught divided by R naught multiplied by T. Alpha is the coefficient of resistance. So it is positive for metals. Clear, friends? So on the next topic, next confusion that we are going to clear here is related to alloys. When the temperature is increased for the alloys, then the resistance of alloys will definitely increase, but it will be increasing only to a very minor extent that you can't even imagine it. Suppose when the temperature is increased to RT, temperature T, temperature is increased T from 0 to T. RT will be definitely greater than R naught, but it will be very smaller as compared to metal, because in the metal resistance increases to a higher extent, but in the case of alloys, resistance increases to a very minor extent, which cannot be just so much easily. So for some high resistance like urethra and manganese, the increase is negligible, which can be even neglected. That increase can be neglected in the calculation. So it is about the resistance of increasing the resistance of alloys on increasing the temperature. But when the temperature increases in case of insulators and electrolytes, it is the reverse effect. Because here on increasing the resistance of on increasing the temperature of the insulators and electrolytes, their resistance decreases. Because they are already having the higher amount of resistance, but on increasing temperature they start conducting. On increasing temperature, insulators and electrolytes start conducting, so their resistance increases. On increasing temperature, what happens? The insulators and the electrolytes start conducting, and their temperature increases. So they are said to possess negative coefficient of resistance, because their resistance, suppose at on increasing the temperature, resistance at temperature T becomes RT, and on the temperature at temperature 0 degree, resistance is R naught. So RT is less than R naught. RT is less than R naught. At temperature T, resistance at temperature T is less than R naught in case of insulators and electrolytes. So insulators are said to possess negative coefficient of resistance. It is clear, friends? Because if the resistance will be less, if the resistance at T will be less, then the alpha value will come out to be negative. So hence the electrolytes and insulators are said to possess negative coefficient of resistance. Electrolytes and insulators are said to possess negative coefficient of resistance because RT is less than R0 for insulators and electrolytes. It is clear, friends? Now let's move on to our next topic, that how to find the temperature coefficient of resistance. The coefficient of resistance is defined as the increase or decrease in resistance per ohm resistance per degree Celsius rise in temperature. It is defined as the increase or decrease in resistance, either increase or either decrease. Resistance might either increase in case of metal, resistance will decrease in case of insulators and electrolytes. And that is so finally it is defined as the increase or decrease in resistance per ohm resistance per degree Celsius rise per ohm per degree Celsius rise in temperature. Means if you are increasing the resistance for 1 ohm for a 1 degree rise in temperature, then we will come to know about the coefficient of resistance. So our formula to calculate it is alpha is equal to RT minus R0 divided by R0 into T. RT minus R0 is also mentioned here as delta R, means change in resistance. Delta R may be delta R is positive for metals. Delta R is positive for metals. Clear, friends? And delta R is negative for insulators and electrolytes. Delta R is negative for insulators and electrolytes. Similarly, delta R is positive for all alloys. Positive, but to a very less extent, because in case of alloys, increase in the amount of resistance is very less. So friends, now we are going to show the derivation of this formula, how to derive this formula. So suppose here we are having a conductor, metallic conductor having a resistance of R0 at 0 degree Celsius, which on heating at T degree Celsius, its resistance becomes RT. Its resistance becomes equals to RT. So the metallic conductor having resistance R0 at be heated at 0 degree T degree Celsius, and the resistance at the temperature T becomes equals to RT. Then means at 0 degree Celsius, what was the resistance of the material? R0. And on increasing the temperature to T degree Celsius, its resistance becomes equals to RT. Then considering the normal temperature range, our difference, what will be the difference in the resistance of at temperature T and R0? Our difference will be equals to RT minus R0, which directly depends on the three factors. First of all, its initial resistance. Initial resistance means R0. Second is the rise in the temperature, that is the change in the temperature from the that is the temperature T, and on the nature of the material of the conductor, means its resistivity. Clear, friends? Means that nature means what is the nature of the material of the conductor. It depends upon that also. That what is the nature of what material it is. Because it's metal, then in that case it will be positive. If it will be alloy, it will be negative. If it is an metal, then also it will be positive. For alloy and metal, alpha difference will be positive. For alloy and metal, difference will be positive. For insulators, difference will be negative. So friends, clear? Now let's move on to our next step. Here as we have said, RT minus R0, that is difference is directly proportional to R into that is the resistance and the change in the temperature. On removing the proportionality sign, what we will get? RT minus R0 is equal to alpha into R0 into T. It is our equation number 1 that we have obtained as RT minus R0 is equal to alpha into R0 into T. Here R0 is the initial resistance and RT is the resistance at the temperature T, where alpha alpha denoted by sign. This one is known as the coefficient of resistance of the conductor. It is known as the coefficient of the resistance. Rearranging the equation first, we get what we get RT alpha is equal to RT minus R naught divided by R naught into T. What is the equation obtained on rearranging the equation number 1? Alpha is equal to RT minus R naught divided by R naught multiplied by T. So if we consider R naught as 1 ohm and temperature as 1 degree Celsius, then alpha will be coming out to be as RT minus R naught. What will be the value of alpha? Alpha will be coming out as RT minus R naught. From the equation 1, we also find another equation, that is RT is equal to R naught into 1 plus alpha into T. What will be the equation received? So whenever we want to find out the temperature and the resistance T, and the initial resistance is given, and coefficient of resistance, that is alpha, is given, and the temperature and the rising temperature is given, then RT will be then the temperature and T will be coming out as RT is equal to R naught bracket 1 plus alpha into T. So it should be remembered that equation above mentioned, that is the equation, that is the RT is equal to R naught 1 plus alpha T. RT is equal to R naught 1 plus alpha T is good both for increase and rise of temperature. It is similarly equally favorable for rise as well as for fall in temperature. As the temperature of a conductor is decreased, resistance of a conductor also decreases. So it is favorable. Suppose here, as on the decreasing the temperature, resistance of the conductor is decreasing. This is the zero line here, and on the coming backward, the temperature is decreasing and the resistance is also decreasing. It shows in figure shows the given the temperature. It is the temperature and the resistance graph. In the above figure mentioned is the temperature and the resistance graph for the copper metal. For which metal it is? Copper metal. And it is practically a straight line, as already I have told in the starting of the tutorial, that the resistance or temperature drop for a metal is always a straight line. So friends, it is clear to that the resistance temperature graph for a conducting material always comes out to be a straight line. And on moving it backward, suppose we are decreasing the temperature to minus 234.5 degrees Celsius, then at temperature the resistance would become almost negligible. Resistance would almost become negligible, means like almost equals to zero. So it means that theoretically the copper resistance will become zero. Theoretically it will be becoming zero, but it will be having some bit amount of resistance in the decimal fraction format. Suppose it might be 0.004 ohm resistance, but that is negligible. Can consider equals to zero in the theoretical form. So in practice, the curve departs from a straight line at very low temperature, and we have also observed one thing. Because theoretically it has become equals to zero, but on getting it more and more lesser the temperature, on getting the reduced temperature to a very higher, very lower extent, then it is actually departing from the straight line. It is departing from the straight line. So from the our two similar triangles, it is seen that it is actually the mathematical formula, but you have to keep it always in mind that RT upon R naught from the calculation, what will be that? T plus 234.5 by 234.5, which will become equals to 1 plus T by 234.5. So if we want to calculate the RT directly for the copper metal for the temperature, then we can use this formula without hesitation, as alpha is equals to, if in case of copper, because the resistance of the copper becomes equals to 0 at 234.5 degrees Celsius. So here we have written 234.5. This formula can be used for calculating the resistance of the copper only. Copper at temperature T. So our formula for calculating the resistance of copper at temperature T will be equals to RT equals to R naught bracket 1 plus T by 234.5, which is the Fermat formula, or basically our original formula that is basic and most frequent formula is RT equals to R naught 1 plus alpha T. So we have come to know about the value of alpha is alpha for copper is equals to 1 divided by 234.5, and it is 1 divided by 234.5. It is actually written by mistake here as t. It is actually 1 in place of t. So alpha formula of alpha for copper will be a value of coefficient of resistance for copper comes out to be alpha is equals to 1 divided by 234.5. So friends, these are all the basic concepts related to coefficient of resistance and variation of the resistance of metals, alloys and insulators with the temperature. So I hope friends you must have enjoyed watching learning from this point, learning about this topic and from this video. Thank you friends for watching the video. If you like my explanation, then please like my video, and for how you felt about the video, so video कैसा लगा, for that you can comment me in the comment box section. Comment जरूर कीजिए. You must comment me for that, because it gives me enthusiasm to make more and more videos. And please share it with your friends. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe it. Keep learning, be creative, be enthusiastic. Thank you friends.